Close your eyes, come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night. Turn it out, close to you. I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling of you. Give it to me, baby. Feel alright. I feel good. Just want you step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright. I feel good on you, alright. To make a groove all night.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is this better?
Close your eyes.
Now it's okay? Okay.
Come
Okay, good.
to
Dope.
me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Feel
Yes, okay, thank God. Whew. Okay. Alright, thank you guys. Sorry, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but I fucking just reset my whole computer yesterday, so my whole shit might be a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel good.
No worries, Unknown. I appreciate you popping by, buddy. All good. Shadow, how's it going, man? How you doing? Make music a little more quiet. Oh, sorry. Let me know if that's better.
Just walk your step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright. I feel good on you, alright. To make a groove all night.
Good. Alright, thank you. Penis. Oh, shit.
Feel alright. I feel good. Just want you step with me, dance with me. Feel alright. I feel good.
I heard you've been slandered. Why the fuck would I slander you, Shadow? What are you talking about?
Make a groove all night.
My voice is a little quiet. Okay, interesting. My game, that stuff has changed. Okay, let's try this. Let me know if this is better or if it's still too quiet. Also, let me know if my voice is starting to tear a little bit because I might have a few in COI. Bro. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I did slander you. Only in the sense that I said bro. If I was just reading for me and it was taking me 3 months to read COI, I'd be like, damn, I need to step this shit up. Okay, only to that extent. I'm just trying to figure out if I can get like one more letter, we can do this pretty easily. Trying to figure out what D-A-L-O. That's so cooked. That's so cooked. That's disgusting. Like, genuinely, what the fuck are we talking about? A, L, O. Like, bro, those are all good. What the fuck? No worries, Pushkar. You have a good night, buddy. Listen, if I streamed even later, you would have already been asleep. So really, this is for the best. Okay, at least you come by and say hi. So I don't know, maybe like, hey, good timing is warranted, but like, I don't know. Okay, whatever, you know, I don't know. This might be cooked though. Unknown, good hint, bro. Good hint. I didn't catch it until now. Oh, good hint. I'm not playing MetaZoo, bro. That game is garbage. Whack. Battle. Clash. Contest match. I'm game. I'm down. I'm willing. Another. I'm game. I'm down. I'm willing. I'm low. I'm in. I'm in. Yeah. Another. Either. Another. One. Ooh, we were so close to getting a perfect one. We were so close. I got it. I clocked it. I'm good. I'm good. Play metas. Oh, for fuck's sake. Night after Wild Low. Oh. So got Wordle, got connections. Let's go to Lexicon. Okay, can we clutch up? Can we do the Lexicon perfect puzzles and beat the chess game? Can we do this? Receive, get. Try the... I want to see your geography knowledge. Not great, I'm not gonna lie to you. Pool together. Oh, okay. Pool, water. Water, drink. Drink, get water. Purchase. Purchase, drink. Coffee. Coffee, purchase, shop. Store. Barista. How do you spell? Is it double R? Is that not a fucking word? Am I making that up? Because I feel like it's not. Bro, barista's a word. This fucking thing is lying to me. What? Poor? Poor. Make? Make coffee. Brew. Yay! Fucking this thing? Unhinged? This is what you want me to play? Name as many countries as you can before your time runs out. Type the country name and it will show on the map. Okay. Canada. USA. Mexico. Colombia. Excuse me? Colombia? Brazil. Argentina. I'm trying to stay. Chile. Nicaragua. Oh my god, I spelled that right. Holy shit. Jamaica. UK. France. Ireland. Bro, I got 30 minutes. I'm not fucking spending this long. Okay, there's no fucking chance. Germany. Switzerland is the size. Oh, fucking Christ, nailed that. Wow, let's go. Luxembourg. B-O-U-R-G. Oh my god, nice. Sweden, Iceland, Greenland. Netherlands. Bulgaria, Ukraine. Yeah, it's still part of the map. Russia. Greenland is another. Yeah, cringe shit. Okay, yeah, fucking. Hold on. Okay. Australia. Let's just get the big ones out of the way. Okay, New Zealand. Wow, okay, that is how you spell that. Queen, how's it going? My second Red Rising book is supposed to arrive tomorrow, so they had to get a paperback. Oh shit, no worries. That's cool as shit, MX. Okay. Cambodia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China. Is Taiwan on here? Oh, Taiwan is on here. Hey, good job, guys. Korea. Fuck's sakes, I have to go through. South Korea, North Korea, Indonesia, Cambodia. Cambodia? I don't fucking Christ, how do you spell Cambodia? Fucking cringe shit. Madagascar. Oh, nailed. Okay, let's go. Egypt. Okay, listen. It's been like 8 minutes and I just don't want to spend fucking half an hour here, okay? So like eventually I'm just gonna leave this, okay? Spain. Greece. It's not GeoGuessr Queen, it's basically just having me list countries. To the extent that I can remember their names. This is probably a bad one. Okay, you guys want to see me piss people off real quick? Okay, doesn't have my country by now until now. Okay, you guys want me to piss some people off? Okay. 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 Mongolia. Okay. Bhutan. Myanmar. Okay. I'm gonna get to like 50 and then I'll leave it. Okay, I don't want to bother. Fucking. Okay, I haven't touched any of. Is Antarctica? Is that on here? It's not yeah, technically not a country, right? Watch me not be able to. Nigeria. Okay, let's enter. Oh, I took Niger first. Nice. Okay, Nigeria. Oh wow. Okay, that's okay. I'm not good at my African countries. Okay, stop. Jordan, Oman, Sudan, South Sudan. Chris, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Chad, thank you, Unhinged. Bro, I'm missing so much of Europe. What the fuck are we talking about? What? One more. What's a cool one we want? What's a cool one we want to end on? What's a cool country? What's a cool country? Oh, of course. Oh, this is such a good one to end on. What a good one to end on. Oh. Iran, Iraq, yeah. Alright, we'll end it there. Okay. So I'm not completely useless, okay? Like, it's not, I'm not going to say it's great, because, fucking quarter of the countries, that's not fucking great. But, like, I mean, given how much time, I don't think that's horrible. 50 countries in like 10 minutes. Oh, what? Australian, not mentioned. No, I did get Oz. Fuck them, but I fuck them, but I did get it. What the fuck is this one? The one right next to New Zealand. Did I not put New Zealand? No, I did, right? Or did I not know how to spell it? Because this is all Indonesia. New Zealand? New Zealand? The fuck? Oh, Austria! Sorry, MX, I'm sorry, okay. I didn't know, I'm sorry. No, I did it again. Oh, I'm sorry. Is Monaco a country? It does count. What? Nice. Oh, Qatar. Yeah. Kazakhstan. Tunisia. Yeah. Rhodesia. Algeria. There's so much in like my African country knowledge is fucking in the toilet. I want to be clear, okay? But the fact that I'm missing this much of Europe is actually disgusting to me. What the fuck are we talking about? Morocco, yeah. South Africa. I thought about South Africa. I didn't put it because Elon Musk is from there. I didn't put the... I thought about it and I was like, no, Elon Musk is from there. I'm going to leave it. I thought about UAE. It was so many words and I was like, ugh, I don't want to write all of it. Okay. Now let's just go to chess for the day and then we'll start reading, okay? 395. Okay. Oh, so because I had to like redo my whole shit for streaming, streams are gonna look a little different. Like I tried to keep the essence of it the same because I don't want to fuck it up too much. But like I'm sure you guys can see the chat looks a little bit different now. A turn-based game thing, turn-based game has to be like phenomenal for me to even think about touching it. Like ugh. Fucking. How does this help me though? Here, no, that ain't it. Got it. Got him. So I hope you guys don't mind. Again, I think it looks a little differently, but I think in essence it's basically the same thing. Good thing was I got wink it back from the void, or that shit would have been such a fucking nightmare to make again. Ugh. God damn, MX. All right. Wow. That gets taken two different ways. Oh, idiot. Am I muted now? What? Can you guys not hear me? Oh, you mean why I muted very briefly there for a second? Oh, I was telling my Alexa to turn on my fan, and I don't want you guys to have to hear that. I think I muted it for like a quick sec. And their capitals in school? Oh, San Marino, Norway, Finland, Liechtenstein. Bro, I was scared. Okay, I was going to make a fool of myself, so I didn't do it. I was like, bro, Liechtenstein? But I was like, I'm never going to be able to spell it. The I and the E and where, like, I was going to fuck that up in like 8 different ways. So I was like, fuck, I'm not touching Liechtenstein. No chance. Why the f is taking with one better than the other, bro? It's the same principle. What are you fucking hassling me for? See, I saw the en passant. I'm goated with the sauce like that. I know that move. Yoink. 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 Isn't as bad as Dara's, so okay. That's, I mean, technically true, sure, but I have higher standards for myself than being better than Dara. I'm sorry, I have to hold myself to a greater standard than that. What's next? Oh my god, you can read faster than easy? Yeah, true. Is that what I want to be defined by? I think not. Oh, got him. Idiot. Yoink. 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 Does this work? Aha! Because it's on the same diagonal. Got him. I can't take this because king take. I had to go through over 20 revives and a shit ton of food just to beat him. Goddamn. But now, what do we do here? I still gotta watch easy stream of him fishing. Here. But that doesn't work. Here? Fuck. Hope. I always do puzzles before the game, idiot. Now that I've gotten all my fucked up shit out of the thing. Harsh, you're a bitch for that, bro. I thought we were friends. You're gonna do me like that? Bro, what? No, you're so fucking cool. You move my fucking nose. Yeah. Cringe shit. Kill yourself. I have to castle this way. This side is in fucking shambles. Here? No, this is better actually as it is, so let's just do this. Let's go here, 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 here. This is fine. Just this way I control the entire center. I can get rid of the double pawns. Chess is too big-brained for me? Oh, you haven't seen my chess queen. There is nothing big-brained about it. Here, 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 here. No, I lose that. That's not good. But if he pushes this, yoink, with a check. Oh my god, we're cooking. Unless I push here. But then he goes here. That's annoying. So no, thank you. Let's just go here to defend that pawn. Oh, I maybe should have just done this instead. Would have been smarter. Check out Beloth the Darksworn. Is that the name of the boss that you were fighting? Yes? Okay. Yeah, no worries. I'll check it out. I don't think he has a way to oh, yeah, he does. Okay. But then I do this. Ooh. He's not gonna see it. He's gonna think this is the only way to defend this knight from this. Or he can just do that, I guess. But then, all the same, we're still okay. Just finished a night hour shift. Aw, shit, dude. No worries, Hope. Go to bed, dude. No worries, you're good. Good night. Wait, hold on. If I do this here, this, no. Here, here. Oh, there's gotta be a knockout here that I'm not seeing. There has to be. That is kind of nasty though. Because then I'm gonna go here. Got 109 countries in. Okay, man. Good for you. Couldn't be me, you know. I got stuff to do, man. I can't just be spending my days, you know, just counting down countries. What is that? I think not. Dude, imagine this. Next, depending on what he does, obviously, seeing if there's a threat there. If not, I go here, okay? Now I take. He still can't take because this is still bang. Now I go here, okay? Or I just take this. No, I think I go here. No. I think it's better for me to take. No. Gotta be doing the right calculations. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm winning this. Bruddy, you think I'm scared to fucking... Yeah, please. The island countries are... This is true. So the American is better at geography? I think not, you trick-ass bitch. Buddy, it's so over. Oh, it's so over. It's so over. It's so over. What are we doing? Oh my god. Truly, it is a good day, boys. It's gonna be a good day of reading. I just did the Wordle, did the connections, did Lexicon, and beat the chess game. There hasn't been a day this blessed since the great reign of Baelor the Blessed. Okay, what's audio input sound? It's not happening over there. What the fuck? Okay, let's... Okay, okay, you guys can hear me now, I think. My pasta's getting cold. What the fuck do you want me to do about that comment? I'm sorry. Did I make the fucking pasta? What the fuck? Just start reading? Oh. Yes, sir. I didn't know. I was at your beck and call. Oh, sorry. Chris, are we on... Am I starting from 395 or have I read 395? Starting 395? Got it. Got it. I thought we were at 389? Bro, there's no stream that hasn't been... Okay. We're at 390 then? Hold on. Oh, goddamn, Chris! I think Kami has you beat. I think we're on 390. Okay, we're gonna have to stick with this scuffed ass font for now, okay? I'll figure it out off stream how to, you know, make it look nicer and shit. But so far we're just gonna stick with a fucking scuffed font. Okay, I'm sorry, but it is what it is right now. That happened in the previous... I reset my fucking computer, Kami. Everything went. Everything's gone. Okay? I tried to get as ready as I could before. I had to fucking re-download my fucking reader and find COI again. Okay, so it's been a long day. Hela glanced at Lumion and fell silent for a second before saying, "Alright, I'll get ready." 10 minutes later, combined with the discussion they had just had, was enough time for Loki to revive and alert his companions. Lumion's expression remained unchanged as he nodded. "We have to give it a try." "That's right. Capture as many as we can. With an incisive point, it'll be much easier to find them," Franka agreed. She suspected that Loki and the crew were responsible for the deaths of some members of the curly-haired baboon society. Of course, Kami, of course. Without wasting any more time, the surroundings around Hela darkened, resisting the light of the three flames. Her figure vanished, marking the beginning of the preparation of the emergency gathering. Lumion's eyes flickered as he gazed at the decaying flesh teeming with dead maggots and his own thoughts. Franka carefully examined the body and realized that there was no substantial or obvious injuries. The pain she had just previously endured was a result of the impact on her mind. As her spirit body soothed, only faint cracks remained. Franka let out a long sigh and said, "Loki is truly cunning and powerful. Fortunately, you thought to seek Madame Hela's help, or he might have been marionettes by now." If he hadn't considered borrowing Hela's power and guessed that Loki could detect a certain trait in him leading to the decision to bait him out tonight, perhaps the outcome wouldn't have been in their favor. While they were unprepared, Loki had approached them and attacked with full force. Neither he nor Franka could truly retaliate. He could still only use Blood Emperor's aura, which was relatively easy to activate and didn't require complicated procedures to attract all official Beyonders. Then exploit the time difference to use the teleportation. However, it would condemn Franka to being controlled. Of course, without the baiting operation, Lumion might have chosen to leave Franka by traversing the spirit world and slipping out of Loki's sight before returning stealthily. Don't worry about me. Loki wants to groom you into a Sequence 4 demoness, Lumion casually reassured Franka. He's told me he's been yearning for a demoness marionette for a long time. He lied, Lumion said. He even said that the 4-line honorific name meant to accelerate your progress was, in fact, a trap for me that could isolate most of the struggling commotions. The name he recited must be real. Him being able to use the traits we share and the power of the celestial worthy to directly locate me should be real too. As for the range, given the style he displayed, there's a good chance that it's nonsense. Loki should have recognized that you were fake during the gathering. You don't have the aura or mark of the celestial worthy on you, Lumion. Franka suddenly turned to Lumion. Yes. I'll have to share this detail with Madame Hela later and see if anyone else can come up with a way to eliminate the celestial worthy aura on them. Otherwise they'll be hunted down by Loki and the others. Franka said she looked at the wraith that had a dark green light seeping out and merged with a certain part of the corpse. What should we do with this beyond her characteristic? Well, he has like the trait of half a celestial worthy, I guess. A Sequence 5 characteristic. Hela killed Loki herself, so the spoils of war belong to her. He then stared at the other marionette. Why hasn't he manifested any? That's right, he can't be resurrected too, can he? Franka muttered. Could it be that he is a bestowed who doesn't have a characteristic? In the evening, I thought he was a marionette of the Sun Pathway. Later, when I was under his control, every word he spoke sounded like crazy ravings. It could affect my mind and my spirit body, which was different from the Sun Pathway style. He should be bestowed of an evil god, made into a marionette by Loki. I'll ask Madame Hela later. Just as Franka finished speaking, Hela's figure in a black widow-like dress outlined herself in the empty mine. In 5 minutes, we'll recite the incantation and enter the nation of the Everknight's palace, she said. All right, Lumion nodded. Franka immediately informed Hela about the possible common trait amongst the members of the Research Society and asked, is there any way to confirm or eliminate this? A marionettist like Loki lurks in the shadows and can find us at any moment. It's terrifying. MX, I skip over, like, repetitive sentences or sentences that I don't think are worth saying. Hela pondered for a moment and said, firstly, advance to Sequence 4 and become a demigod. Only then can you barely suppress the aura left behind by the celestial worthy. Secondly, search for items with hidden and secret keeping effects. I can only think of 2 solutions at the moment. I'll see if anyone else has a better one. Madam, did you find out anything from Loki? Lumion asked. Hela took out her flask and downed a third. When I asked Loki why he wanted to harm the other members, he said it was for fun, to create prank to satisfy himself. However, when I asked him why he wanted to harm Muggle, his answer was celestial worthy. Selling the soul summoning spell to Aurora seemed to be the will of the celestial worthy. Why would he want this? Aurora's a Sequence 7. She's a nobody, Lumion muttered. Probably because the original body of Muggle and her family could be problematic. Could Loki be lying? Lumion asked. A person like him, full of lies, might not be telling the truth. In the dreamscape I created, he can't lie unless he gains the ability to maintain lucidity in advance, but that's impossible. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I know of one crazy motherfucker who was born with it. Dreamscape. Lumion fell silent once again. Aurora's transmigration was suspected to have been brought about by the celestial worthy. After her resurrection, she had been the target of him, because Roche Louise Samson and her family were believers of inevitability. This made Aurora's subsequent encounters seem like a predetermined tragedy. It's impossible because Everknight wouldn't have. Not born? Well, born into this world, so... Madame Hela, that characteristic is the spoil of war you deserve. What we want to know is why this marionette didn't produce any characteristic. Hela didn't refuse, and as she watched the Wraith characteristic emerge, she inquired about Franka and Lumine's feelings while they were controlled. After a brief exchange, she pondered and said this should be bestowed who believes in an evil god. The corresponding sequence 7 is Order. I feel like I know that one, right? No, I knew the name Order, I don't know, it was sequence 7, so here we go. And sequence 6 is Singer. These two sequences can transmit different powers based on their voices. In addition, Beyonders of this... Oh, fuck's sakes. MX, it's in the Discord. Beyonders of this pathway often perform secret deed rituals at sequence 9 and obtain mysteries and knowledge through a formless door. Different people hear and experience different things, and the abilities they obtain will also be different. Being able to use singing to create a sun's blinding effect should be one of these manifestations. Which evil god? Franka asked. I don't know the exact name either. It's dangerous for us to know. Kami, what are you doing to the man? I've encountered his believers. They sometimes refer to this evil god as the first philosophy or arcane controller. What the fuck? How many fucking evil gods are we getting? New evil god known as first philosophy or arcane controller. Without waiting for Franka to ask further, Hela nodded. We should head to the gathering. A Beyonder from ancient times, ruler of the nation of Evernight, noble mother of the sky, I beseech your permission to enter your kingdom. As for the surrounding darkness and slumber dissipated, Lumine and Franka arrived at the ancient dilapidated palace. Franka felt something was amiss. We haven't disguised ourselves. Just as she finished speaking, she saw Lumine shrouded in a hazy dreamlike fog, obscuring his form. Lumine then used Nee's face to transform into Muggle. With Hela's help, Franka breathed a sigh of relief and waited patiently for the April Fool team to arrive. As time ticked by, two figures outlined themselves. Idiots. The figures entering the palace were Black Earth and Bax. Black Earth spotted a furry hat, while Bax had opted for shorts and a brass mask. After spotting Hela, they acknowledged her with a nod. Their eyes then roved over to Franka and Muggle. "Who's this?" Black Earth asked, pointing at Franka. "A hidden blade. I rushed and forgot to tag myself," Franka replied. They both promptly dropped their suspicions and relaxed. In a style like this emergency gathering, it was normal for Hidden Blade to slip up. That was her style. Soon after, other members arrived. But Lumine didn't see the five most suspicious. I know someone, Hisoka, Bard, Mad Lady, and Ultraman. His expression darkened, sensing that Loki had been resurrected and the problematic members had been alerted. The dozen or so members gathered were potential pawns. If Loki and his gang went too far and were discovered, they could be used as scapegoats. There was nothing to fault them with, thus ensuring the 6 true believers in the Celestial Worthy remained concealed. At that moment, Black Earth and the others realized something was amiss. Why are there so few attendees? The agreed time had passed, and typically at least half of the society would show up. Hela, what's going on? Bax asked. Lumin sneered, looking at them as if they were a bunch of fools. If Loki and his crew were evil, then these people were fools. They believed that they were clever and had uncovered the truth, thinking they were indulging in a pre-apocalypse pleasure. Lumin was willing to bet that Loki, I Know Someone, and the other core members would mock these fools. I summoned you to this gathering because Loki betrayed us, Hela said. Bax, Black Earth, and the others looked around, but Loki was nowhere to be seen. He believes in an evil god and led I Know Someone and the others to harm numerous members of our society. This requires proof, Bax said. I am the evidence, Lumion spoke. You must have seen me by the soul summoning spell. This caused a mental problem and nearly caused me to lose control. Fortunately, I found help and sealed my split personality. Before this, I've been seeking treatment from I Know Someone, and instead of improving my condition, he only worsened it. I approached them to reason with them, but they planned to murder me. I remember that you bought it from Mad Lady, Black Earth spoke. They lied to you because transmigration should be a matter between two parties, not a one-sided reason. Otherwise, why did you transmigrate to this world and happen to possess such people? The other bodies must have done something to establish the connection. Therefore, before figuring out what caused you to transmigrate, finding the remnant soul of the original body and asking might gain something unexpected. Muggle, weren't you homesick? How could you believe such a reason? As they heard this, some of the members of the April Fool's team couldn't help but show teasing and mocking expressions. Muggle had fallen for a trick that could only fool children. None of them had been fooled by Mad Lady. Even if she claimed to have tried and achieved results, it couldn't have considered a clue. I was indeed blinded by my desire to return home, but you weren't better. Take a look. Are Loki, Mad Lady, or the Bard, are they here? They knew what they were doing, and they understand that if they're exposed, they'll have to leave the society. But you fools know nothing, and still work with them. Even pigs and dogs are smarter than you. Some erupted in anger, feeling humiliated and wanting a retort. Others dissuaded in despair and confusion. Don't you understand? You are discarded pawns, Franka spoke. Abandoned targets, mere agents who have lost their use. You've never been a core member of April Fools. You never earned Loki's trust. They only mock you behind your back. Now that Loki and the others have been exposed, they can hunt down the Research Society members without fear. Who will be the easiest for them to locate? The only thing you can do is recall the details of your dealings with them, including the real-life pranks you have executed, so that we can eliminate those traitors. Remember, leniency comes with honesty, resistance comes with severity. Everyone followed Franka's logic. They exchanged glances, their hearts wavering. Don't you think you can escape the hunt just because you can relocate? Let me tell you, Muggle's experience indicates that Loki and the others have a way to track society members within a certain range through a mystical connection. I'll share the specifics with everyone at the gathering tonight. Or at the next official gathering. There are too many details. I don't think I can recall them in just a few hours, Black Earth said. Everyone nodded in agreement. Go back, write down the details and send them to me, Hela said. Pack your belongings and stay at a motel or hotel at least 5 kilometers away. Everyone sighed. Everyone let out sighs of relief and agreed. Shortly after, Lumion noticed their eyes closing, as if they had fallen asleep while standing. He and Franka exchanged glances as they realized that Hela's eyes had lost focus as well. There are no hidden Loki helpers or believers of the celestial worthy here, Hela said. This is a precaution in case Loki had risked leaving an accomplice to gather intel, Franka realized. In the next instant, everyone awakened simultaneously, resetting the incantation as they left the palace. Every time we use the incantation at the gathering, we should be tainted by the artifact's concealment aura, right? Lumion asked. Can we use this to track down Mad Lady and the others? They no longer have that aura, Hela shook her head. The trio left the nation of Evernight and returned to the uninhabited mine beneath Trier. If we can't uncover Loki and the others and if we can't eliminate Loki and truly eliminate him, you can stay in Trier's market district for at least another 3 months. For no more than 3 months. When that time comes, regardless of any business, you must relocate. Why 3 months? Franka asked. While Loki has been resurrected with his characteristic, he has lost all his marionettes. A marionnettist won't rashly appear and attack others without marionettes. unless they're excessively confident and perceive you as weak, but you have already demonstrated your strength. For a marionettist without a marionette, acquiring a suitable and powerful one requires planning, luck, and replacement. That should give you 3 to 6 months. Understood, Franka realized. He contemplated whether he could digest the pyromaniac potion within 3 months and gather the conspirer potion formula and ingredients. At that moment, Hela pointed to Loki's flesh and maggots. The dead worms are excellent spiritual ingredients that can be used for many things, but they also come with issues. They've been corrupted to an extent, posing dangers. Franka realized and shook her head, indicating she didn't want them. Lumion gazed at the maggots and the mushy flesh before summoning the crimson fireball on his shoulder, directing it to the remains. The fireball ignited fiercely, casting a crimson glow. As he watched the maggots burn, Lumion felt as though he had digested his potion a bit more. This came from his experience of being controlled by Loki and the near loss of control to ignite his own body. This led Lumion to formulate his own acting principles. Pyromaniacs aren't arsonists. Only by daring to set themselves ablaze can they set others ablaze too. Cool. Cringe shit. Who's switching? Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm off. I'm not working next week, so we can do a decent bit of streams next week. Okay, we can do like longer day streams if y'all are up for it. So, not every day, mind you, because there'll be like days where I want to just go out and shit. But like, you know, we can do day streams. At least earlier than this, you know. The digestion of the pyromaniac potion progressed much faster than Lumion expected. This reaction was likely due to the activation of the of Alista Tudor's aura without proper protection, akin to setting ablaze in Trier. Can we discuss the clues of transmigration now? Ciel had previously attempted a unique summoning ritual, which brought forth a shadow suspected to be from my homeland, one I share with Muggle. He even formed a contract with this entity. After discovering this, I had Ciel summon the shadow again to communicate with it. The shadow's language is remarkably similar to my own. When asked about its origins, it said the blood of the Son of Heaven disrupted the Netherworld, and the Netherworld Taoist sacrificed himself to enter the river. Franka translated the last sentence into Intesian. Could this be the apparition of the Blood Emperor Alista Tudor? Underworld Taoist was the one who dragged him back? That's her hypothesis, Lumion said. Underworld Taoist, Hela muttered. Franka continued to recount her and Lumion's theories, suspecting that the illusory river behind the spring might connect to the original world of her and the society members. Hela remained silent. That covers most of it. Once we've dealt with the traitors, I'll share this information with everyone, Franka said. Apart from April Fools, Loki's allies may be lurking in other teams. They tend to participate in activities without playing pranks and only reveal themselves at critical moments. I'll discuss how to handle this with Gandalf and the others. If there's nothing else, I'll take you back to the surface. I'll take care of this. Lumion withdrew his gaze from the flames. Rumble, accompanied by a muted explosion and a slight tremor. The earth, flesh, maggots all sank into the mirror and rocks. This way, any remaining corruption wouldn't be exposed to the cave adventurers who may later pass. She assisted in carrying the corpses of the 2 marionettes, contemplating whether to collect the wraith's teeth and nails. They were excellent spiritual ingredients. If the wraith had lost control and become a monster, Franka wouldn't feel any burden dealing with his corpse, but he retained his form. Considering that she still didn't lack offensive weapons or poisons for coating them, Franka harvested the powder from the wraith and absorbed its residual spirituality. After removing the clothes bestowed by the evil god and checking for clues, Franka tossed the 2 corpses into the pit. Madam Hela, have you become a Sequence 4? Yes, Hela confirmed. Franka pondered for a moment and said, you used to follow the Corpse Collector pathway, but this time you displayed powers of the Evernight pathway. Did you use a mystical item? I've switched to Sequence 4 Night Watcher of the Evernight pathway. Is that not exactly what he did? Am I making this up? Is that not what Inzong Will did? Let's go, Kami. Okay, I did remember that. Let's fucking go. Why? Hela asked. While she had once contemplated switching to a neighboring pathway, it was mainly to restore her own body. Under normal circumstances, sticking to one pathway was generally the better choice. It was safer and easier. Of course, if one couldn't find the Sequence 4 of their pathway, they may consider switching. It wouldn't necessarily lead to madness, and they could gain a unique mix of abilities. Frank had never seen any indication of Hela wanting to switch pathways. Could it be that the Sequence 4 potion of the Corpse Collector pathway proved impractical? If I continued with the death pathway, the deity I believe in would eventually transform me into a crucial vessel for specific moments. At this moment, Hela wore a rare smile and spoke with a distant look. If I can advance to Sequence 3, I'll either revert to the death pathway or switch to the warrior. The upper ranks of the Evernight pathway are facing a severe resource shortage. Wow, Franka said. Did you understand where they go? I thought they went to Foggy Town, no? What Loki means by erasing the mark of the gathering? No, that one I didn't get. I didn't get that one. I thought they just said like that was a mark that remains on you briefly when you leave the gathering and then it kind of dissipates. No? That was what I understood. And who controls Foggy Town? Evernight? A Sequence 7 being able to get rid of Evernight's mark? Maybe I'm wrong, but the way I understood it was just that, it was just like briefly there from like resonance with the area and then it quickly dissipated as you left. Is that not it? Yeah, but it deepens the number. Oh, that they got rid of it, not that it disappeared? In that case, the only thing I can think of is Celestial Worthy taking it out for them? Because beyond that, isn't Evernight now also a great old one? Or like damn near... Because doesn't she control her Sephira now? No, wait, I don't think she's a great old one, but she controls the Sephira, right? Oh no, she might be a great old one at this point. Fuck. So there's no way that anyone else could take it off. Evernight is a half great old one, only lacking Sephira. CW person. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. After Lumion and Franka regained consciousness, they found themselves outside the abandoned mine. In a distance, they could hear faint movements. Phew, this is the most dangerous situation I've encountered since becoming a Beyonder, Franka said. If Loki hadn't used me as bait to lure you, there's a good chance I would have been a marionette by now. Lumion acknowledged her and continued walking. Did Loki say anything when he tried to disrupt your mind with his trash talk? Although many of his words may be lies, they contain info, Franca asked. He recounted how they harmed Aurora, how they repeatedly disclosed her mental state and process, how they mocked her. His explanation was concise, but the simplicity of his words couldn't mask the anger that rose within. That psychiatrist? I know someone? Frank asked. Lumen nodded. How can they be so fucking evil? I support you in tearing them apart, dismembering them, skinning them, and stuffing them with grass, Franca said. When you faced the other members earlier, you held back and didn't kill them directly, Franca asked. Why would I kill them? It's more agonizing, humiliating, and regretful for those who believe they're so clever when they realize how the others have manipulated them. It brings me greater satisfaction than killing them. In the future, if anyone mentions Loki, it'll be akin to insulting their intelligence to their face. Rue de Blue Blanche seems quite lively. I plan to stay at Janus tonight, Franca said. Yeah, I'll be informing my Major Arcana card about this briefly. I'll convey that if Loki isn't completely eliminated, I'll request a transfer out of the Market District. You too can apply to take charge of the Iron and Blood Cross Order branch elsewhere. I'll write to Miss Magician as well, Lumen assured. Lumen had always maintained a clear distinction between personal matters and official ones. Whether dealing with the Padre or investigating Loki, he had never considered seeking Madame Magician's assistance, but this time, the use of the Blood Emperor's aura had caused quite a commotion. It was necessary to report. Seeing that Lumen remained rational, Franca felt at ease and made her way to Quartier de Jardin Boutique. Lumen averted his gaze and entered the motel. He had no desire to encounter the official Beyonders who may be lurking. As he pushed open the door to his room, Lumen spotted a figure. It was Madame Magician. You were waiting for me? What else would I be doing here? Magician smiled. Gil! What? The prodigal son returns? What? How long has it been? Months? Years? Centuries, mayhaps? How did you know I would come back? Lumion asked. A revelation of fate. Now tell me, why did you unleash the Blood Emperor's aura? She just knows. Okay. Listen, that was mean, Gil, but fair. Moving jobs? Oh shit, you got a promotion? Or something a little sadder? Sounds good, thank you, Kami. Did it cause a huge commotion? He knew that once the aura was activated, it would attract the attention of nearby Beyonders, akin to setting Saint Viev on a fire. But he never expected it to catch the attention of Madame Magician. He had intended to write a letter to report this. It even led some people to believe that the door of the Fourth Epoch Trier had opened. The commotion was greater than I had imagined. Yep, and also yep. Oh shit. Well, hey, congrats on the promotion. Sorry about what happened earlier, but hey, congrats on the promotion. When's the fucking party, bro? I got promoted, then moved to a defunct branch for slightly lower pay. Ah, fuck. Ah, cringe shit. I'm sorry, buddy. Better title, at least? Lower pay, but better title? Because the better title part works in your favor in like a longer term when you want to switch jobs out of the company. You can be like, hey, look, I have this really fancy title. Was I getting paid dick for it? Yeah, maybe, but like, you don't know that. Yep. Okay. Nice. Okay. Well, hey, so it's not all bad. Okay. That's okay. It had already happened. There was no point in feeling vexed or surprised now. Lumen began recounting how he had posed as his sister to infiltrate the curly-haired baboon society, and determined that if there was anything amiss with the person who had sold her the soul summoning spell. He continued until Loki lost control and died, but there was no characteristic that emerged. They suspected that there was a way for him to revive. Magician didn't interrupt, but the smile on her face vanished at some point. Do I need to recite the honorific name 4 lines intermittently, or can I just say them? Just say them. It won't be a problem as long as you don't use Hermes, Jotun, or other unprotected languages. He then repeated Franca's translated honorific name. With that, he saw Madame Magician fall silent as if she had transformed into a statue. Dude, can I just say, the PC feels so much more snazzy now. Maybe because it doesn't have like 5,000 fucking defunct fucking protocols running at all times on the background. But holy shit, it feels so snappy. What is this? You're saying that you relied on the brink of losing control from your anger to trigger the resonance of the aura and create a commotion that can break through the 3 layers of the thin fog's concealment? Magician spoke. Yeah. You mean the music's a bit loud? Oh, sorry. I would recall the cues left behind by Madame Susie. However, even the corresponding memories became intermittent and vague, preventing the cues from having their desired effects. In fact, if I hadn't held out hope when I first was being controlled and instead tried to activate the aura immediately, Loki wouldn't have been able to stop me truly. When the control deepened, it wouldn't have worked. Is there a problem with this part of the situation? Lumion asked. There's nothing wrong with this detail, it's reasonable. It's a reasonable development of the situation. The problem is that you just obtained the aura not long ago, so it came in handy. Could Amon have foreseen my encounter tonight by stuffing the aura into my pocket? It may be one of his goals, and not just his, Madame Magician spoke. The goal of the one who is roughly equivalent to his father. The one the Aurora Order believes in? The one who inherited half of the ancient sun god's inheritance? For some reason, Mr. K's maniacal laughter echoed in his mind. Previously, I thought I wanted to involve you more deeply in the matter related to the Sauron family. Now, it seems that I'll have to include disrupting that entity's plan. Do you remember when you thought accepting another Major Arcana card holder's commission was reasonable and didn't need to tell me? Yeah? It's true, I made a mistake, but it had nothing to do with that person. It's a manifestation of my thoughts. Coincidentally, I didn't meet with Miss Justice in that time, so there was an information gap. The combination of 2 coincidences might not be a coincidence. Think about the complete name of that entity. I can't recall. Madame Justice made a cue. I can only recall it if I pray for Mr. Fool's protection. There's no rush. When you can recall, you'll understand the source of the problem. Be vigilant once you encounter coincidences. There's no need to be too nervous, let alone reject contact with Mr. K. This time, with that entity's arrangement is so obvious, he's telling us that he knows, that he's watching and listening. This also means that he holds no ill intent for the time, or, not only would you be finished, I'd also be in danger. Lumen was burdened with numerous issues. He couldn't afford to fret at such a high level. It was pointless to fret. Madam, which god does Loki and company believe in? Only by clarifying the god's domain and characteristic could he better guard. Actually, I have mentioned the god to you. Huh? I've told you before. Mr. Fool is facing off against an ancient deity. The outcome holds the power to shape our destinies and determine whether our world survives or not. That deity is known as the Celestial Worthy? It's Mr. Fool's enemy? Me, branded by Mr. Fool. Aurora, brought to this world by the Celestial Worthy. Loki and his associates, devout believers of the Celestial Worthies, sold the summoning spell to Aurora. Mr. Fool is in direct opposition to CW. I've also mentioned that if you address Mr. Fool using any other than his 3-line name or attempt to invoke him without following the proper rituals, I can't guarantee he will be the one who responds. Now I can offer you a better answer. Under those circumstances, the response you receive could likely be from CW. Trying to miss. What do you think? Is that truth missing on info? I mean, everything here is true. Then he caught a crucial detail. The King of Yellow and Black and Mr. Fool's name bore striking resemblance to Franco's translation of the Celestial Worthy of Heaven and Earth for Blessing. What's the connection between Mr. Fool and Celestial Worthy? What I know isn't that detail or precise either. After the Aurora Order believes for example, after the one the Aurora Order believes in inherited half of the Ancient Sun God's inheritance, the Ancient Sun God was resurrected in some way. It seems to mirror Aurora's association with the Rose Louis Samson. Franca Lumen grasped the general idea. Madam Magician seemed taken aback. She reached out as if attempting to retrieve a drink, but restrained herself. What could the Celestial Worthy be planning? Aurora was a mere Sequence 7. Even if her family are devout believers of inevitability, it wouldn't be anything significant. Perhaps he intends to hasten the arrival of the apocalypse and allow the evil gods beyond the barrier to invade. In that case, to protect this world and us, its inhabitants, Mr. Fool might consider abandoning the confrontation and permitting Celestial Worthy's return intact. But at this point, I don't even think Adam and Klein are even at odds anymore. I think at this point they would basically just be like, alright, we gotta work together to stop those fuckers. Could it be that Adam is secretly trying to help us? Is this possible? Does that make any sense? I don't fucking think so. But maybe. Because I think Adam would be like, listen, you and I don't like our shit, but like, we'll sort our shit out once we deal with the outsiders, you know? Like, I think this is an old Arabic saying that I heard from someone. It was like, me against my brother. Me and my brother against my cousin. Me and my cousin, me and my brother against my cousin. Me and my cousin against the world. Like, we'll fight internally amongst ourselves until there's an outsider. When there's an outsider, we're together. And then once the outsider's gone, we can fight. So, like, we're great old ones of the good pathways, okay? We like the peeps here. We may not like each other. We'll figure that shit out once the fucking outsiders are gone, okay? I can't share more information at the moment. In short, pursuing Loki and his associates is both in your personal vendetta and a shared mission of the Tarot Club. If you're confident, take action on your own. If not, feel free to seek assistance. With that, the woman stood up and the room transformed into a celestial spectacle with stars. It felt as if Lumen had been transported into the cosmos. The stars revolved continuously as if conveying a message. Madam Magician observed them for a moment before saying, "It is true that divination doesn't reveal Loki's whereabouts or after his resurrection, and others lack information. Once Hela has organized the data, provide me a copy." It's the eye of the tiger. I find when you type everything in lowercase, it just looks so depressing. It's like, Eye of the storm. Lumen was waiting with anticipation for the abandoned April Fool's team to recall useful information and nodded. Got it. In the future, if I assign you a mission that seems problematic, you can reject it or discuss it face to face with me while discreetly reaching out to the other major arcana holders. Why? Because I'm a high-ranking individual, susceptible to influence. The Celestial Worthy holds the highest position in the Seer, Marauder, and Apprentice pathway. The higher the sequence, the more susceptible one is to his influence. Everyone carries an oldest one within them, you see. As the high-level Beyonders of the Apprentice pathway and a believer in the Fool, it is natural for me to be occasionally led astray by the Celestial Worthy. Of course, Mr. Fool also stands at the pinnacle of these pathways, which is why he opposes the Celestial Worthy, so don't worry too much. Most of the time, I'm under Mr. Fool's influence, so there won't be anything wrong, but anomalies may occur. Lumen grasped Miss Magician's instructions before realizing that her words were revealing mysticism information that defied common sense. Mr. Fool and the Celestial Worthy could simultaneously hold the pinnacle of both pathways. Normally, reaching Sequence 0 marked a true god, so what title did one reach at the pinnacle of 3 pathways? A great existence? Ah, you little fucker. For the first time, Lumen began to comprehend that Mr. Fool and the Celestial Worthy might surpass true gods. Similarly for Amon's father. Soon, Lumen remembered Madame Magician's distinct description of different deities. Merely knowing of their existence and invoking their name could corrupt certain deities. Some deities could be mentioned in general terms as long as one refrained from uttering their honorific names. Representing the division amongst deities, Mr. Fool and CW occupy 3 pathways. A requirement for mastering a composite pathway? As Madame Magician belonged to the Apprentice pathway, he had anticipated it. Aurore's grimoire had mentioned Sequence 9 Apprentice in this pathway excelled at opening doors. Sequence 7, known as Astrologers, were good at divination. Understood, Lumen replied. He went on to explain his plan. If he failed to eliminate Loki within 2 months, he intended to use the Iron and Blood Cross Order's internal process to relocate. Very well. Although you can write to me and use yourself as bait, Loki may have patience to wait out a few more months, and I can't always be with you. As for the issue of the seal, if you don't actively activate it, only Beyonders of the Seer, Apprentice, and Marauder pathway who believe in CW can sense it directly. If you need something quickly, seek angelic protection from Mr. Fool or write to me. I'll craft a charm that safeguards secrets. That's the best way to manage the aura on the Two of Cups for now. Fortunately, evil gods like the Mother Tree of Desire no longer pay special attention to people like them. Can I share the information you mentioned about CW with the Two of Cups? Her major arcana will give her a simplified explanation, but it won't be as clear as what I said. She doesn't need to know either. If you reveal everything, it could put her in danger. Madame Magician used starlight to create a door and stepped through and disappeared. The door's soundproof glass receded into its original state. Lumen settled in bed, his mind racing. Taking a deep breath, he decided on his next course of action, digesting the Pyromaniac potion. Quartier de Jardin Boutique. As dawn broke, Franca and Jenna made their way to the market district. For the time being, Franca hadn't figured out how to broach the subject of the situation from last night. She used the excuse that Jenna's brother was at home and might overhear them, so she decided to delay the conversation until tonight. When they arrived at Avenue de Marche, Jenna waved them goodbye and headed to the theater. However, before she could enter, she noticed the graffiti in the corner, resembling the work of a child. It served as a sign that the purifiers were calling for an urgent meeting. Jenna averted her gaze and entered the theater. After about 15 minutes, in her role as the boss's lover, she left through the back door without any hindrance and arrived at a secluded alley. Before long, Valentine and Immer emerged. Have you received any news about the aura from last night? What aura? You didn't sense it? Immer asked. You didn't have any nightmares? I was in the market district. I went home to visit my brother. Oh. Immer examined Jenna's expression and concluded she was telling the truth. The two purifiers briefly recounted the sudden appearance of a terrifying aura on Rue de Bleu Blanche last night. Was that aura very noticeable? Were you able to sense it from the cathedral? It's hard to describe. If you ever have the chance to experience it, you'll understand. After bidding them farewell and returning to the theater, Jenna's thoughts turned to Franca, who was acting strange last night. Bro, that's so funny. They sense the aura of like a fucking angel and they're like, the sequence 8 we know must know something. Fucking doubt it, buddy. Meanwhile, Franca finished her coffee and returned to the apartment on Rue de Bleu Blanche. However, upon opening the door, she noticed that the invisible spider silk she had concealed had fallen, meaning someone had entered. In the next instant, she spotted someone sitting in her recliner. It was Gardner Martin. "Why are you here?" Franca exclaimed. "What's your take on the aura from last night?" "What aura?" Franca was perplexed. "A terrifying aura reeking of blood and rust." "When did it happen?" "I was at Jenna's house last night. I was in the market district." "No wonder you didn't sense it." Martin smiled. "Apart from Ciel, Hela, and me dealing with Loki, did anything else happen last night?" Franca walked to the table in confusion. "What happened?" she asked. Late last night, a violent, terrifying aura emerged from Building 6 on the street, lasting nearly 10 seconds. Building 6? Franca nearly choked. "Isn't that the safe house I rented?" Is that where I fought Loki? Was it Hela? Or Loki? Or Ciel? She felt as though she was missing so much. Anarchy Street. Lumion, who had just returned from his morning exercise and just changed into fresh clothes, made his way to the first floor hall when he encountered Anthony Reed. "What happened in the market district last night?" the psychiatrist asked. "I had numerous individuals attempting to buy information from me." "A strange aura erupted from Rue de Bleu Blanche," Lumion chuckled. Anthony Reed observed Lumion and smiled. "Your performance suggests that the matter is personal to you." "Your smile and actions betrayed a sense of smugness," Anthony continued. "And your reaction tells me this matter is intertwined with you." Could it be discerned even without mind reading, Lumion realized? "If you'd rather not discuss the aura, that's fine. I don't have the energy to gather information and trade it for money anyway." "How's your investigation into General Philip going? Do you need any help?" "General Philip's widow, child, and his closest friend during his lifetime don't seem to be a concern. They seem to live normal lives." "Former god, not angel." Yeah, but like his strength is now at the level of an angel. The aura of that would now be at the level of an angel, probably, right? I would venture to say. You don't think so? However, I've discovered that General Philip's widow donates a substantial sum to a charity organization called the Dream Seekers every quarter. A donation that amounts to nearly half of the family's assets. That's quite generous. "What can you tell me about them?" Lumion said. "That's the subject of my next investigation. At present, I only know that their mission is to assist individuals who have come to Trier to pursue their dreams, but have encountered hardship. Not affiliated with any churches or established by any government entities. A charity primarily funded by donations of high society. Be cautious. Of course, if you happen to be reckless, it won't matter. At the very least, I'm already aware that if you were to suddenly vanish or meet an ultimate demise, the source of the trouble stems from that organization, Lumen chuckled. Don't worry, I'm timid and I value my life. If I ever sense danger, I will seek your help. Guillaume Benet's wife has been residing at 20 Rue de Terrace in the Library District. I've bribed some ordinary folk around her. They've informed me that a mysterious man occasionally visits her at night. Paulina, her decision to stay put likely means she feels safe. The auras. Baby, Chris. It's a good point. Instruct your informants to compile a summary of the mysterious man. This way we can catch him. It was imperative to apprehend the sinner's liaison. Only then could Lumion hope to trace the sinner's organization and locate Aurora's family. Initially, he had hoped to start his investigation with the Samson family name, possibly targeting Jacques Samson, who had once run for parliament in the Market District, but he soon realized that Samson was a common name in Entess, and Jacques Samson's connections appeared straightforward. There was no apparent issue on the surface, and there was no reports of disappearance involving his sister, daughter, or other relatives. He couldn't shake the feeling that there were still mysterious surroundings surrounding Loki and the others who had targeted Aurora. It was impossible that CW had directly sent a revelation instructing Loki and the others to guide Muggle into using the soul summoning spell on herself, right? Lumen contemplated two more possibilities. Either Aurora had long been tormented by Rose Louise Samson's lingering will and sought help from I Know Someone, inadvertently revealing her secrets and drawing attention, or one of the core members of the April Fool's team had a close connection to the Sinners organization and stumbled upon the matters related to Rose Louise Samson. Anthony Reed nodded in approval as he observed Lumen's patience and waiting for the mysterious man who visited Guillaume Benet's wife to provide more clues. Just as Lumen arrived at Salle de Barbary, he spotted Sarkota. The boss is upstairs, Sarkota whispered. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab some water. I don't have my waiting scene right now, so you guys are just gonna have to sit with this. Sorry, boys. Alright, I'm back. Okay. The boss is upstairs, Sarkota whispered. He had been part of the Baron's organization for long enough that he had no inkling about the true identity of the elusive mob of the boss of the mob. What's the boss doing here? Lumen's mind raced. Ascending the staircase to the second floor, he spotted Martin, impeccably dressed in formal attire. Where'd you go? Martin asked. I had a chat with Anthony Reed, the information broker, and gave him a mission to keep tabs on the widow of Benet, the enemy I dispatched. I suspect that he may have been backed by an organization. You're not leaving any room for mercy, are you? Even more ruthless than I thought. Yes, we can enlist the authorities' assistance to deal with that organization. Did you sense any aura last night? Lumen nodded. I felt it. Getting flayed. Yes, we're forcibly feeding him. I felt it. Lumen nodded honestly. I was present at the scene. Back then, my blood seemed to be on fire, he added. I wanted to investigate the origin, but the official Beyonders were quicker than me. When the official Beyonders are less vigilant, pay a visit to 6 Rue de Blue Blanche and do some digging. You may be able to find something. Alright, Lumen agreed. Late at night, 3 Rue de Blue Blanche, Franca's room. Sitting beside the typewriter and radio transceiver, the Demoness of Pleasure perused the information before turning to Jenna. The gist of the matter is that Ciel has stumbled upon a new enemy. The guy's a Sequence 5 marionettist and a member of Bureau 8. He is really powerful. Not only did he detect our surveillance, but he also traced us back. Franca skipped over the Research Society and such. In this narrative, Hella's identity had been that of a formidable Beyonder hired through a gathering. I was out cold and unaware of the aura that permeated the scene. When I came to, we were all underground. The marionettist was already dead, Ciel incinerating the body and the woman watching. Jenna was astonished by the capabilities of a marionettist. But there's something even more chilling, Franca said. What the fuck? Damn it, what the fuck have you guys been up to? Jenna mustered the courage to say. It's not us, it's Ciel, Franca said. The intricate analyzer continued... wait, hold on. Franca was about to delve into the horror when a message crackled through the radio transceiver. The intricate analyzer automatically translated it and spat out a piece of paper. Hidden Blade, do you have any information about the terrifying aura in the Market District last night? It was from 007. I don't reside in that district. Why would I know anything about it? Franca typed out her response. 007 responded quickly as well. Most of the information you provide and the favors you seek are related to that vicinity. If you haven't set foot there in the past 6 months, I'll eat my own hat. I do have some knowledge, Franca chuckled and responded, but I can't spill the beans right now. You'll get the scoop later. As Franca conversed with 007, Lumen was resting in room 207 in the motel. For the moment, he refrained from finding any acting possibilities. Despite having received treatment and no longer feeling like he was on the edge of losing control, there were still lingering mental issues that required time and rest to mend. Just before midnight, the pure silver skulls emerged from the shadows, its teeth gripping a stack of letters. Sorry guys, I know I promised 10, but do you guys mind if we do 8 chapters today? I just realized my dad said he needed to speak to me. God, I don't know what about, but I don't want to find out, okay? So we'll do 397 and we'll end it there, okay? 6 and 7, that'll give me like 8 chapters, okay? That's pretty good. It's like a stream and a half. You guys couldn't really be mean about that, okay? I mean, you guys will be, but that's a separate issue. Lumen expressed his gratitude and took the paper and skimmed through it. After nearly an hour of reading, he understood the situation relatively well. There aren't many members, and they don't seem to meet often or play pranks often. They mainly operate in 3 areas: Trier, the coastal province of Gaia in Feyenopotter Kingdom, and West Balam. The core members are Loki, I Know Someone, and Mad Lady. In Gaia province, during the Sea Prayers, the April Fool's team pulled pranks who were completed by Bard, Ultraman, and Mad Lady. In the pranks that took place in West Balam, the core members involved were Hisoka and Mad Lady. The private gatherings in Trier, Loki jokingly mentioned that he had inherited a castle. Is Loki somehow controlling the fucking writer or whatever we were talking to? At another Trier gathering, I Know Someone suddenly felt inspired and wanted to hypnotize certain psychiatrists to make them conceive a solution to treat mental illnesses by destroying the frontal lobe. Wait, we heard about this, right? Like lobotomies. Madame Susie's accusation of malicious intent that would forever calm patients turned out to be a prank by I Know Someone. That's true. His sole purpose was to see if the psychiatrists of this world were foolish, bigoted, and despicable. The dozen or hundreds of patients who had completely lost their souls would never expect their tragic encounter to stem from a prank. Loki and I Know Someone are worse than I imagined. He believed that they had already witnessed the worst side of humanity during his tramp days. People had committed heinous acts for food to escape trouble or vent their emotions. Murdering, selling people to the mines, abducting children, bullying the weak. But now Lumen realized those evils were inferior to this. Even demons from the Abyss pathway have to address them as godfathers when they see them. Compared to them, the Padre's a fucking saint. He exhaled and extracted information from these confessions. At least 8 members are suspected to have perished as a direct or indirect result of these pranks. I Know Someone, like Loki, participates in every private gathering in Trier, but has never been to Feyna Potter Kingdom or West Balam, suggesting he's in Trier. Similarly, Bard and Ultraman are suspected to be in the Feyna Potter's Gaia province, Hisoka, in the southern continent. Mad Lady participates in gatherings everywhere, implying that she has a teleportation-like ability or item. The joke about Loki getting a castle aligns with his dream. Bard loves to collect Emperor Rozel's diary pages and mock them. Could he have written Rozel's secret chronicles? Based on this information, Lumen finalized his next course of action. He wanted to find the ancient castle from Loki's dream. Secondly, aim to delve deep into the medical profession, seeking clues of I Know Someone. Thirdly, planning to waiting for the next gathering to confirm whether the author of Rozel's Chronicles was among the Research Society. As for the others, he would consider them after dealing with these matters. Lumen summoned the Rabbit of Knowledge and had it copy down the information before sending it to Madame Magician. What's this? Jenna looked at the pure skull emerging from the darkness. A messenger from the formidable lady. She helped us organize the accomplices. Franka snatched a thick piece of paper from the skull's mouth, not wanting Jenna to see the information, as it would reveal the Research Society. What's a messenger? Jenna asked. Like a postman in the world of mysticism, for private reasons, Franka said. Do you have one? They can only be obtained by a specific pathway or at certain sequences. Oh, you don't? At which sequence in the Demoness pathway do you need before you get one? Not even at sequence 4 that I know of, Franka said. You can switch to the Hunter pathway with your provocative abilities, she muttered. The last time I helped CL read about spirit world creatures, I seem to have noticed a description of a few creatures that were suitable for messengers. Could we summon them and sign a contract? No, Franka said. It's not impossible. I've come up with an idea. We'll try it later, Franka nodded. She then said to Jenna, I'll sort these statements out. Don't stay up too late. You still have to go to the theater in the morning. Franka let out a sigh and took out a telegram that had just arrived from 007. Hidden Blade, when are you moving out of the Market District? Ever since you arrived here, all kinds of disasters have been happening. I'm about to become a real 007, suspecting that you're the walking disaster here. It's not me, it's CL, Franka muttered. Ever since Lumen arrived, her life hadn't been as leisurely as before. The incident with Loki had just subsided, and the small cracks in her skin had yet to heal. She had to go to Tricardo tomorrow afternoon to interact with the participants of the Red House Cafe's female orgy. What am I reading, man? What the fuck am I even reading? Around 9 a.m., Lumen, having completed his exercise and breakfast, found himself with a rare moment of leisure. On the Iron and Bloodcross Order side, he awaited Pufur Sauron's next summoning, concerned that the Sinner organization he patiently waited for. Anthony Reed would handle matters related to Hugh Artois, but his assistance wasn't needed yet. It proved challenging to discreetly tell Franka during the Bliss Society investigations, as she needed to make contact with the Demoness sect. After consideration, Lumen decided that acting as a pyromaniac was the best course of action, but the Market District was in a delicate state. Should I take the opportunity to report to Mr. K and inquire if he has a suitable mission for me to act as a pyromaniac? Lumion thought. As he walked past, saw the grease mill, the establishment that was under Lumion's ownership, overseen by Lugano Toscano and Louis of the Savoy mob. Fire King, how's it going, man? The dance hall was closed at the time, and every waiter greeted Lumion respectfully, but kept their distance. Boss, what brings you here? Lugano Toscano said. What magazine are you reading? Lumion asked. Basics of Medicine, Lugano said. Why? My next sequence is Doctor. Although the potion will grant me some knowledge, having medical knowledge will enhance my abilities, and I aim to pose as a genuine doctor to get some extra income. Stumbling on the acting method coincidentally, Doctor. Have you heard of the frontal lobe removal surgery? Lumion asked. Fire King, you can. We're on the last chapter. You've heard of this surgery? As expected, you're knowledgeable and have a wide range of interests. You seem to know a lot, Lumion brushed it off. I've read in several magazines that doctors believe the essence of such surgery is to destroy the patient's brain. It's irreversible. In other words, while it appears to cure the madness, it leaves them with lower intelligence and devoid of emotions. They believe that if we don't use this surgery, there's a chance of recovery from the madness, but once they become stupid, there's no chance. Inta still has many doctors who dare speak the truth. Thank God. Any strange cases recently? Lumion asked. Nothing out of the ordinary, Lugano said. If you insist on something strange, there's a folklore that's been trending on a small scale. Oh? It's probably because of a group of Trier citizens believe that the blood shed by a death row inmate carries the last vestiges of the life's resilience. If you eat some bread dipped in it, it can treat various illnesses. It infuriated many medical columnists, calling it a retro, bloody, and foolish. Why haven't I heard of such a thing? Lumion thought. Boss, that's normal. I've never heard of it either. It's a folklore that only appeared in the past 2 or 3 months. Perhaps by some foreigner or something. Shortly before noon, having filled his stomach, he turned to Rue de Bleu Blanche. He knocked on the apartment 601's door and tossed the lie earring to Franca. What took you so long? Franca caught the earring. Didn't you receive the information from Hella? I've been waiting for you. Why are you more anxious than me? Lumion chuckled. After closing the door, he sat on the sofa, recounting the key information and the corresponding guesses he had extracted from the information. Franca chimed in from time to time, offering her opinion. Towards the end, Lumion recounted the bounty hunter Lugano Toscano's description of Trier's medical world and strange folklore. Is there a problem? Lumion asked. The rumor that eating bread stained with the blood of a death row inmate can treat illnesses is similar to ancient folklore back home, but that was a long time ago. In the original folklore, steamed buns dried red by the blood of a death row inmate could treat severe lung illnesses. This felt like a prank. The style of April Fools. I know someone came up with it? Lumion felt a surge of excitement. He is also from our homeland, otherwise your sister wouldn't have trusted him and sought out his treatment. His codename and the language he speaks bear witness to this. Besides him and the Black Earth, the other members may not be aware of that folklore. Loki doesn't know? I don't know. I'm not super familiar with him, Franca smiled, and he has never revealed his identity as a fellow countryman. If he hadn't recited the honorific name in the language of your sister and I wouldn't have known that he knew it. I always thought that their team's Roselle diary entries were translated by I know someone in Black Earth. If it's a folklore prank, I'll go to the execution ground in the prison district and watch. Be careful, psychiatrists are more cautious than marionettists, Franca warned. Although I knew someone wasn't a Beyond of the Seer, Marauder, or Apprentice pathway and couldn't discover the seal on Lumine's body, Lumine still felt that he couldn't be careless. He got the light earring back and briefly had changed his appearance, worried that Loki may have already communicated with I Know Someone about his and Franco's real appearance. "What's up with that aura?" Franco asked. "We'll need to start with Hela and me searching for the Simmer in Women's Spring." "Holy fuck, how much did you leave out?" Franco was taken aback. "It depends when it comes up," Lumine discussed how the Blood Emperor's aura had corroded his flesh. Franca forgot her anger and observed Lumine's right palm, noticing the indistinct mark. "Wow, you actually have the aura of a true god. Although it's an empty shell, but still the aura of a true god, and of the same pathway." She then looked at his left bandage hand. Nothing, just to draw attention." "You're so evil. If you become a conspirer, your digestion speed will be quick." "I hope the outcome is as good as your blessing," Lumine realized. Kami, what am I switching to?
Les flocons de neige qui brillent.
I wanted the word.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. My fucking cringe. My my ad blocker's not didn't pull through to Chrome for some reason. Okay. There we go. In the afternoon, Lumine took a public carriage to the north bank of the Srenzo River and to the execution ground. One of the Trier citizens' hobbies were watching the execution of criminals. Although it wasn't the weekend, there were still many people gathered. Among them, there was no shortage of gorgeously dressed street girls seeking business. If not for the name Rose Comprehensive Execution Ground written on the intersection, Lumine would have suspected that he had come to the wrong place. It was bustling and noisy, like a market district. Stepping on the muddy ground, Lumine concealed himself in the crowd and circled the execution ground. He didn't spot anyone suspicious, but he saw a dozen or so men and women with bread in their hands crowding the front. Their clothes old. After a while, the crowd stirred, squeezing to the side of the roads. Lumine didn't join in the bustle, but he heard cheers, whistles, and women shouting. "I'm willing to marry you." The latter wasn't a proposal, but a jest. In the classical era before Roselle, if death row inmates received a proposal while walking from the prison to the execution ground and he agreed, he would receive a change in sentence and survive. But not all death row inmates would accept. Some valued looks too much, while others had dignity. What? There's no fucking way. The two most renowned cases involved a handsome death row inmate who rejected the proposal of a woman, believing her appearance to be a fucking nightmare. On the other hand, a beautiful girl, faced with an executioner's courtship, gave up the opportunity to save herself, believing it to be an insult to marriage. Damn! Dude, in both cases, imagine the prospect of living isn't worth it if I have to do it with you. I would rather die today than be with you. Bro. Oh, executioner, before you lop his head off, let me go first, bro. Oh, there's no recovering from that. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. You could that guy could, someone could maybe in time sew his head back on and keep him alive. There's no getting back that dignity. Okay, that shit's, the entire town is there to watch the execution, and they just watch the guy go, "I'd rather fucking die than marry you." Not a joke. I'm gonna go die right now to prove it. Okay. Lumine squeezed in the front row of the no, there's no 5 generations coming. The generations end with you, bro. You gotta take the ultimate L and just die alone, having no kids, okay? You can't pass that curse. Imagine. Dude, the yo mama jokes would never stop. Yo mama's so ugly, a guy decided to kill himself than be with her. What is the child to do there? What is the child to do? You just... What do you do? Lewin squeezed to the front and saw 2 death row inmates, relatively young, no more than 30. Red short shirts, yellow pants, and green hats, their feet dragged in iron balls and their hands tied behind their backs. One of them had black hair, blue eyes, and the other brown hair, brown eyes. Good looking, but their eyes filled with hatred. Upon seeing the gunmen reaching their posts and raising their rifles, the 2 shouted, "Long live freedom! Return to glory!" After shouting, the 2 glared at each other and collapsed amidst the gunshots. The people holding the bread were excited, but were stopped by the soldiers in front of them and couldn't rush to the firing point. Once the conditions of the 2 death row inmates were confirmed, the soldiers left, and the bread-wielding citizens charged. Lumion didn't look at them, but observed his surroundings to see who was enjoying this comedy. Bro, I don't know why we have this sad music on. That's holy peak. What? Why do we have sad music on right now? That was peak. Alright, boys. That's it. I know I said 10, but listen, 8 isn't bad, okay? 80% of goal? You get to 80% of your goal? That's pretty good. Listen, let's be honest. I was gonna stream like 4 chapters yesterday anyway, so really 4 and 4, we're at like full. We're at full stream. Okay, we're at double. It's okay. It's a 2-hour stream, boys. You can't be mad, okay? Stop it. Stop it. You're being silly. Alright, boys. We'll end it there. Next stream to 4:05. Yeah, we can probably do that, MX. Alright, boys. Y'all have a good rest of your day or nights, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye, boys.